Welcome back to the channel. I'm a little late to this. Welcome to Derry. I wasn't going to watch it last night because I knew I'd stay up and watch it because I knew I was. This was the season finale, but this is season 1, episode 8. It says Winter Fire. This was really they stuck to the landing. This one they really stuck to the landing, guys. This ain't gonna be a long video because I just. I just wanted to put this up because I wanted to complete the series of me watching it, but I'll read it. It says, a dense fog engulfs the town. General Shaw uh, goes ahead with his plan, pushes ahead with his mission, and Helens, Rose, Dick, and the kids must work together to save Derry. This was really good. This was really good. I ain't gonna lie, I liked all of them. I really did. I thought all of them were good, and this one was just as good. This one was 1 hour and 2 minutes. So this was the final season, but uh, yeah, man, they stuck to the landing on this one. They stuck to the landing on this one. I thoroughly enjoyed it because when I got off work today, I was like, I didn't watch it last night because I didn't want to interrupt with my sleep. So I said, man, I'm gonna watch a Christmas movie so I can get sleep, because if I put a movie on that I like but not like wanting to watch, geared up to watch, then I'll fall asleep. But if I put on it, I'd have stayed up and watched the whole thing. So I'm at work and I got off work. I'm like, man, I forgot about it. But I was at work and I was at lunch, and I was seeing articles on my phone talking about, this season finale was pretty good. Pardon me. So I started watching it today. So that's like when I got off work, I said, oh man, that's right. I knew I was gonna watch it, but I was at lunch and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that when I get home. So when I got home, I sat down, man. I put something in the oven and I watched it, man. It is really good. It was I think what with me was I didn't I was trying to figure out what they were going to do with it. And uh this fog comes into town, and it gets it the clown gets all these kids in school, and he how he opens up his mouth and their eyes turn white, and he had them all going following him in this wagon. And then the three main kids, they had to try to figure out how to save him. In the meantime, the little kid's dad had to get his mom and the Indian chick, and that Indian chick's son, I think was her son or something. I didn't like that part because he got killed, and I didn't want him to get killed. But they don't hold nothing back, because they just people get killed in this thing. But I ain't like the Indian guy getting killed. He got killed in the end. And then but that girl's that little girl's that little girl, that her dad, he ended up getting away at the end, man, because he really didn't do anything. But I'm telling you, man, I had to yawn there for a minute. I'm telling you, I really enjoyed this because what I do like about it was when the final confrontation comes up, because I'm not gonna really get into specifics, but when the final confrontation with the clown and the kids and the parents, it was a good climax. They really did a good job of writing this episode. But overall, you guys, I enjoyed this whole 8 episodes. I don't really think there was any of them that was really weak or anything, but this was really cool because I couldn't figure out how they was gonna wrap this up, because I was like, how are they gonna do that, man? Are they gonna stick to the landing? And they stuck to the landing, because I was drawn in from the time I turned it on till it was over with. It was a quick hour and 2 minutes, that's for sure. So that's what I do like. And then the clown showed this picture of one of the kids that was in the It movie that was in 2018. And he said that the girl with the patch, he said he wanted to kill her. He said, because your child is one of the ones that's going to kill me in the future. So this it thing can, it can manipulate it can, like, I guess the way I was looking at it, like he's going to try to go back in time because he's wanting to kill that girl. So he could break that bloodline of that one of the kids that's in the 2018 that, you know, uh, it showed the picture. I said, oh man, he's in it. I said, oh, okay. And that's when I really got into it because I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then at the end, it showed that one girl that all those little boys had the hots for. She had a cameo in it, and they did a really good job because they did a lot of stuff with, if you watch It Chapter 2, after It that came out in 2018, It Chapter 2 came out in 2020, I think. But anyway, It Chapter 2, Madeline Stowe's character, she was that old lady that they went and visited in It Chapter 2. And then it showed Madeline Stowe when she was like young in that asylum because, you know, she got hit with that light. So she acted like she was crazy. Then it fast forward, you know, 27 years, and she was this old lady drawing and stuff. I said, yeah, they doing a good job. But I'm hearing that they're going to do two more chapters. So if they do two more chapters, I did hear, you know, I always listen to them talk at the end of the show. And he did. I said, because after it was over, I actually said to myself, man, it looks like they're going to go back. It looks like they're going to go back, and they're going to go backwards instead of forwards. And I was right. I think he's going to go backwards because when he was doing his, he always has a little. If you watch all the It's on HBO Max, they have a little podcast at the end. It's only like maybe 10 minutes. And Andrew Massetti, whatever those two people are, the producers of the show. He said something about, you know, because the It character was telling her that, you know, he said, when I die, I'm born again. So it was a lot of stuff that was referenced in there, but they did a lot of little small cameos and stuff in there if you pay attention, especially if you watch the first It, then you would be like, oh yeah, I seen that. But this was a nice. They really stuck with the landing on this one because I didn't think they was going to be able to tell you the truth. Because I was like, I don't know how they're going to pull this one off, but they did a really good job. I mean, they did a really good job. You know, I'm very pleased with it, and I am hoping that they do it season 2 and go backwards. I like for them to go back when they had that gang that lived in that the town. See, if a lot of y'all pay attention to the It movie and Welcome to Derry, they talk about that gang that terrorized that town, and then they talk about that fireworks on the 4th of July. They killed a whole bunch of kids. It was a fire. If you guys pay attention, I don't know if it was a fireworks, but it was some type of holiday where it was a tragic. A lot of lives was lost, and they said they seen it in that area. It in the area too when that was happening. And also, there's a part where the town ganged up on these gangsters that was living there that was terrorizing that town. They finally had enough, and they decided to gang up on them, and they ended up having a shootout with those gangs and got rid of that gang. And then they said it was around there. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do with this. There really is. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. So, yeah, guys, this is not a very good. This is kind of like a rough around the edges type of me just telling you guys this because I don't know how to really, you know, like really do breakdowns and stuff. You need to go to like a bigger YouTuber that does stuff like that. But I'm just telling you guys right off the riff. I just thought this was I thought this was an excellent series. I'm going to miss it because right now, man, with all these streaming services, man, it's just, there's so much that you look at, you can't figure out what you want to watch because there's so much they're just throwing at you. So, this was one I was really looking forward to, and I just, I just got done watching it, but there was some parts in there. It kind of sad. There was some sad parts in there too, but they did a lot of stuff. What was cool about this is they did a lot of stuff that wrapped up the family tree. So they was when if you watch it, you can see where the family tree was starting, especially at the end when, uh, the Indian lady sold her land and she said, uh, the black couple, she was telling them that you ought to just stay and just keep an eye on this thing because it's going to come back out in 20 some years because they was getting ready to leave town. And then, the wife decided to stay and the husband was like, you want to stay? I thought you wanted to, because they both wanted to leave, but then they decided not to leave. But the little girl and her dad, which I did like that, the girl and the dad, the acting in this, you guys, was really good to me, all across the board. I thought the acting was really good in this. I didn't see anything in this. It's kind of weird, man, because when I find something I enjoy, man, it's over, man. It's like, oh, man, on with the next thing, if you can find it. But you got to sift through all these streaming channels, man, and all these streaming services to find good stuff, man, because, with all the streaming service we got, I know there's good stuff out there, but, man, it's just so much, man, and sometimes I just don't watch it because it's just too much. I was like, I ain't watching none of this crap because it's just too much. And, then when I turn it off, I miss it and I turn it back on, but yeah, this was very good. Very good. I enjoyed all of it. I'm gonna miss it. And I do hope they come out with an It Chapter 2. But I hope he goes backwards. Because the way that they're setting this up, it looks like they're going to go backwards. And if they go backwards, because I don't want them to go forwards, because I don't see how they can do that. But they did bring it and tied it up to the movie It that came out in 2018. So that's something you want to pay attention to. And if you guys watch it out there, if you any of y'all out there that watched it, because I do get a few people that watches these videos of mine. Did you see any of that stuff? Did you see how they set up the family tree for the people that's in the movie It? Yeah, did you see that? So, yeah, that's about all I got. I wasn't gonna drop a video, but I said, man, I gotta finish out my It thing because I wanted to do a video every week of me talking about it, and I want to do it this way because this is just the best way I can do it. I can't do it no other way because I just can't. I really truly enjoyed it immensely, and I'm surprised, man, because like I said, I didn't watch it last night because I needed to get some sleep, so I had to go to work. So I was like, I just didn't want to watch it last night. It'd cut into my sleep. So then, I got home and I'm like, man, I hope this is good because I was saying to myself, I was like, man, I don't know how they're gonna wrap this up, but they did a good job, man. It's a good writing. I think they did a good job. I think they did an excellent job with this series, an excellent job. But HBO Max, man, they can knock it out of the park, man. But a lot of these streaming services, man, if you look at a lot of the streaming services, you do find some that's, all of them has a hit, and then they have a bunch of misses, and then they have a hit. They all do. But HBO's pretty much known for top notch stuff. So I'm not too worried about Netflix and all that. I know a lot of people are, but I ain't got time for that. We'll see what happens when Netflix get them, because I know if you guys pay attention to when Xbox bought the Bethesda, they gutted Bethesda. They gutted them. They gutted them. They took all the good stuff, and then after that, they got rid of a lot of jobs. A lot of people lost their job. There was games that was in development, and they canceled all of them. So with Netflix buying HBO Max, I understand your fear, but at the end of the day, we're still gonna be watching movies, and we're still gonna be watching stuff on streaming. At the end of the day, you're still gonna be buying physicals if you're into physicals. I know I am. So life, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll figure it out. So anyway, that's my take on It, and it was like I said, it was Winter Fire. That it had This is some really good. I like when they after it's over, it shows the behind the scenes of how they make it. Now I'm not much of a behind the scene kind of guy, but this time I have to admit I was really into it. I watched all of it. Every time I watched an episode, I would watch them. Show you how the people was acting and how they was, how they was doing stuff and stuff. It just and the guy that played it, he is the guy that played the clown. Y'all know who he is, Skarsgård or whatever his name is. He did a really good job. I ain't gonna look up his name. Y'all know who he is. But anyway, I get tired of turning my neck and trying to see. I'm just not gonna do that. He ain't lost a step. He has not lost a step, man. He still plays that role really, really good. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. We'll catch you in the next video. God bless and be safe out there. We'll see you.